Hello beautiful people, welcome back to this week's vlog. So this week I'm super excited because at the end of last week's we were talking about how we wanted to do another vlog on decorating. We wanted to do another vlog on DIY. I apologize if I am literally blending in with the cupboards. I don't know why my white balance is so off, but we're gonna be moved in a second, so it's good. So I'm sorry, Mother, are you turning me into a moose right now?
A cute moose.
Oh, thanks. I'm not gonna lie. A Chris moose?
A Chris moose.
That's kind of cute. That's mom humor for you. So, that's like a dad joke, but like mom humor. You're like sliding right in. So, anyways, at the end of last week's vlog, that's what we were talking about. And Mom and I got to talking about doing another vlog when it was going to be so similar to a lot of the other ones. We want to wrap more presents. We want to decorate in a similar vibe to what we were decorating in. And we're kind of mixing it up this week, and instead of doing more of that, more decorating, we're actually shifting gears a little bit to the kitchen, which you can see behind me. Mom is melting up some stuff, getting some stuff scooped up, because we are going to be doing a bunch of little homemade bird feeder suety cake type things. And we ended up at this conclusion for a couple of reasons, and we're going to talk through that. We're going to be talking about, you know, different degrees. Some are super easy, some are really kid friendly, some don't require a stove, you know, yada yada. And we're just going to make a couple things that are super fun for the outdoor livestock, because that is one of the most adorable things you can do this time of year with your kids and getting them involved. And I don't have kids, but I was a kid once, and I remember this being one of my favorite memories. So we're gonna dive into that, and let's jump over to the stove, and I think we're just gonna get started, right, Mom?
Yes.
Are you ready for us?
Yes.
Mom's ready for us.
So,
all right, so what you got, Mom?
Okay.
Cook with us.
Different recipes call for different things.
Yes.
One I did find for coconut oil.
Okay.
And so you basically take your coconut oil.
And this is all in measured amounts based on whichever recipe you find, but we did double check and make sure all of this was safe for birdies, because obviously we're not trying to like kill no birds. We're trying to make them happy, give them food, because in northern Michigan, y'all, those winters are rough. Right, Mom?
Yes.
Right.
And so you basically are going to melt the coconut oil or the shortening, which I thought if we want to do a second batch, we can do it actually with shortening.
Okay, perfect.
They do say that they prefer the lard that you would get from the meat department and melt that down the best.
Okay, because it's more natural and it's straight up lard. Okay, and it's
Correct.
Animal fat too, which is probably what they're used to.
Right. But I did
It's okay.
I found a recipe for shortening. I found a recipe for coconut oil.
So it's really kind of whatever you have on hand.
The main thing is they need the fat.
Yeah, because they're trying to stay alive, you know. Being cold and all kind of shivers it right out of you.
Basically, you're going to mix. I went with the one that had peanut butter in it. You can do it without peanut butter.
Okay.
You just do the suet and the bird seed.
Okay.
And if you have dried fruit in the house.
Okay, so just something to add more of that nutty-esque feel to it, that trail mixy type feel.
You can do cornmeal in this.
Okay.
You can do quick oats in this. You can do dried fruit.
Oatmeal? Did you say oatmeal?
Yep.
Okay.
Dried oats.
There were a bunch of different options, weren't there?
Yes,
Anything that's
so
basically
many.
like roughage and grain, but like bird safe grain, bird safe roughage,
If you prefer
berries, that kind of stuff.
If you grew a bunch of sunflowers in your garden.
Okay.
And you wanted to save them till now and do
Now,
this for the
we
birds.
did grab actual bird seed though, like a big bag. It's the cheap bag, but you don't need expensive stuff for this. Actually, let me set this up. So basically the deal is here, you guys, you don't need to buy, we just bought the classic bird feed seed. It's like a couple dollars, wild bird seed feed, my bad. And you don't need to buy anything expensive, and that's part of the reason that just traveling along that dollar store vibe, it's good to have crafts around this time of year, something that you can do to get your kids involved, whether it's decorate the house, feed the birds, go to a food pantry and like teach them that it's an act of giving, an act of service, anything like that. It doesn't always have to be expensive. It doesn't always have to be something lavishing it. You know, there's enough expensive shit in the world. You're buying your kid a $700 set of freaking Legos for the 15th time. It's nice to have something that's more affordable and that teaches them something. And this is the type of stuff that growing up that my parents, my mom especially, was really big into, teaching me this kind of stuff. My grandma was big into this. This was always a large part of my childhood. Crafting was a big part of my childhood. And learning how to make something from nothing, making something that you wanted from something you already had, that kind of theme. So just important.
And what did you make with Grandma?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so well, wait, I'm gonna do that one later, right? Because when I was younger, one of my very first / favorite memories when I was a kid is my grandma and I took these grandma cups. We took these like styrofoam / paper cups, which obviously nowadays you wouldn't do that, but back when I was a kid that was allowed because I'm 700 years old. And we took a cup and you covered it with peanut butter and then you rolled it in bird seed and we hung them out for the birds. And then I got to sit there in the morning and drink my coffee, which was milk with like a splash of coffee, which, you know, we all do to children to get them to shut the hell up and, you know, drink our own coffee. Well, I was allowed to have my coffee milk and sit there and watch the birds in the feeder and watch them eat what I had made. And it was like a really special thing. We did it with apples and leftover apple cores even and all that kind of stuff. So this was a very near and dear project to my heart, and we will be doing that one as well, just to kind of show you.
This is
it's not easy.
Melted.
Oh, it's already ready?
It's already melted.
These are quick, awesome crafts, by the way, too. All right.
What it does say is to...
Should I turn this around? Yeah, hold on.
It says to let it cool down, but if I can spoon it in here and touch my finger to it...
It's not hot.
It's not hot.
It's literally just melted.
It just melted.
And the boiling point for both of those, or the melting point, is very, very low, I would imagine. Like you could do it with a hairdryer.
Yeah, I did not have this on very high temp at all.
Okay, so then what do you add next?
Now, the recipe that I was following, which was a cup of peanut butter to a cup of your lard or your firming agent.
Okay.
Was, I believe, 2, 3. So it called for, this one called for 2 cups of quick cook oatmeal, 2 cups of cornmeal, a cup of flour, and 1/3 of a cup of sugar. I simply am going to add up the cups because I have all the seed.
Oh, so you have all this, so no need to divide the seed. Okay.
So
another benefit of getting the big multi-seed pack of bird seed, which is only a couple bucks.
Right.
You don't have to buy all the individual seeds.
$3.
Yeah, that was $3, and it's what, like 5 pounds, 3 pounds? So this bag that we bought is 3.5 pounds, which just took us about 4.5 hours to figure out. Right. And the reason that, yet again, we wanted to do this is it's a really good, quick, easy way that you can do a lot with one item. These are like 3 staple items and a bag of bird food that's super affordable. And it's a fun way of going out and being able to feed the wildlife and give them, you know, nourishment and warmth and let them get all cute and fat while still doing it in a better way than just throwing it on the ground. Because if you live where there's snow, it's going to get just scooped up in the snow super quick, and that seed never existed. So this is way better, and you hang it in a tree and it's just awesome. So anyways, go ahead.
So if you have dried fruit in your cupboard that needs to be used up, it says use dried fruit.
Yep.
We had craisins, we had blueberries.
Which is key, by the way, because it's if you have it there and it needs to get used up. Like, this is, again, a great way to use up all that old stuff. If you have old stuff that needs to get used, a good way to reinvent it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I thought I would do, out of my 5 cups.
Perfect.
I thought I would do whatever is in this bag.
Okay, because it's just leftovers.
Right. So this is a cup, basically. Yeah. Okay.
That's perfect.
So a cup went in there. And that doesn't.
So now you've got 4 cups left of like raw food, right?
Of any kind of your meat, your cornmeal, your seeds,
whatever the bulk is.
Whatever your bulk is,
okay.
Whatever you're using for your filler.
This is so fun. I love that so far all I've done is hold the camera, but I'm having a good time. We're dumping her in the pot. And now after this is all stirred up, the next step is putting it in a container, right?
Yep.
Now, for container options, we actually went through and Mom had a couple of really good ideas. So the first thing she mentioned, hold on, let me find it. This is the first thing she mentioned, is that if you buy like an already done suet cake, they come in these little plastic containers right here. And this plastic container is super handy because it's already the size of the pre-made suet like fitters that you put these in. Cages. You put the cage up, thank you. You put the cage doors up and it already fits in there. So if you have one of those or you're confined to space and that's what you prefer, you can go ahead and take your old one, pop it in here, and it'll mold right to size. If not, there's always these types of options. Thank you, Vanna. There's these. This is like a standard little, this is the sandwich size, right? Like a sandwich size container, and it's about the same size, a little bigger. And once these are made, you can actually trim them down, right?
Well, or you can put them in the bigger feeders,
yes, or
which I have.
Exactly. So it really does all depend on what you have, and you can also take them and make shapes. You can take and do little dog bones. You can make little Christmas trees and pop a hole in it and feed a string through it and hang that up on a tree if you don't have a feeder. You don't need a cage. That's the best part about this, is that there's literally nothing you need to have other than like bird feed and the stuff to make it. You don't need anything special after that. You can use a piece of twine, a piece of string, hang it in a tree. The birds don't care if you have a fancy ass feeder. The birds don't care if you have a cage. All they care about is that there's not a cat waiting to snipe their ass when they go to eat it. That's all they care about, right, Mom?
Yes.
Right. So now this is all good and gooey. Excellent. So now we're getting ready for the pour. So now it's all good and gooey. So it's pretty much stir until just combined, right?
Yep.
And then you just dump her on in. Now how long, do you know how long it takes for these to harden or no? I can't imagine for very long.
It does recommend you pop them in the refrigerator.
Oh, okay. All right. Now you wouldn't want to, you're not going to make that much thicker, right?
No, I'm not.
Because otherwise it won't harden up.
And it did show it on the video I saw of it being a little bit soupy on top like this.
Which is perfect because it's not set yet. So now that's going to go in the fridge, which is great. We still have all this left, so we have another one to fill.
And I mean, that was with a cup of peanut butter.
By the way, the camera was not turned around right then. What Mom just said is that this whole thing, which is making 2 large cakes, was with a cup of peanut butter and a cup of the coconut oil, and then the 5 cups of raw. And the reason she mentioned it is that you can always tone this down if you don't want to make so much, or you're like, oh, I don't have a lot of birds, but I want to do the craft. You can easily tailor this recipe down to, hey, I only want, you know, a 1/4 cup of peanut butter, a 1/4 cup of whatever, and then just, you know, fix all your bulk foods down so you don't have too much of one, not enough of the other. And the beautiful part about this type of recipe is that it's not like a recipe in cookies where if you don't have the right sugar, your cookies are gonna fall apart or whatever. This isn't like that. It doesn't matter. It's not that specific. You could even use, when we get to the end of a peanut butter and it's just got that leftover crap in there that you have to scrape out, you could use that. Hand that to your kid. Tell them to scrape it out. It'll take them like 10 minutes. Brilliant. Keep them busy, right?
Yep. And this one is very thin, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to pop it in the feeder and they're going to
Right, they're not going to care. And if anything, yet again, that's something that if you wanted to, you could have taken, and you can make,
I could have added more to it if I wanted to.
Well, yeah, you could have. My God, you stingy. No. You can take stuff like that, and didn't I see one where it was like half set up and you could take a cookie cutter, put it in it, and then like when it froze or when it was all the way hardened, you could pull it out. I think I saw one of those too. Bottom line is that there's a shit ton of ways you can do this. That's the moral of the story.
Right.
So now we're going to be moving on to number 2. All right, guys. So here's the deal. For this next segment, I'm going to be pretty washed out because the lights are right there, but I'm actually going to be angling the camera down here in a second because we are going to move on to one of my favorite crafts, and this is one that I did with my grandma when I was a kid. So basically my grandma brought me into the kitchen and she said that it was time to feed the birds, and I was like, okay, you know, and I didn't know what the hell that meant. I was just excited to be doing something. And so grandma gives me a pine cone that she grew in her backyard because my grandma had pine cones.
And this came from her yard this year.
Yes. So my grandma gives me this pine cone and she says, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to make the birdies basically their own little serving tray for their food. And she tied a string to it just like this. And then we proceeded to put peanut butter all over the little combs right here. And then you roll it in birdseed. Whoops, hello. And what's so fun about this is that, like my mom just said, this actually came from my grandma's yard this year. She's still alive and still adorable and precious and fabulous. And so this is a craft that literally started with her yard and is ending with her yard right here. And it's going to hang in our tree outside. So anyways, you guys, these are just a great way of doing this craft and being able to still put something out for the birdies to eat off of that. Like when I was a kid, you would use a paper cup or a styrofoam cup even, and nowadays we know not to do that. But when I was a kid, didn't matter. What was that? That was like 25 years ago. Holy crap, that was
Did you do it when you were 5?
Yeah, because I started doing it like right after I was, here's the deal. I used to spend Friday nights with my grandma. Every Friday night I would go to her house and we would play board games. We would wake up, we would do little things like this. We would make cards, craft.
Pokelodian.
Yeah, yep. She would listen to the Pokelodian, which was polka music. She taught me how to polka, all kinds of stuff. And every Friday night this happened, and I did start going right after, like right around when I was 5 or 6.
Okay.
And I'm 29. So yeah, this is about 20, 25 years ago when feeding birds off of paper cups and styrofoam cups was a thing. So anyways, this is a cool way to do it, and it's even cheaper because it's something you can literally find outside, which is great. So let's go ahead and point the camera down and get to coding. I'm so excited, but my fingers are sticky as a hell right now. Let's do it. Now I take the peanut butter, Peanut butter. Oh, and P.S. I'd also like to interject here. We are using Jif just because it was what we had left over in the container. However, you could use the good cheap peanut butter. That's fine too. You don't have to be buying no expensive $17 peanut butter. No. And you just go ahead and get to smear. Look at that. Oh God, tell me this isn't satisfying. And if you have kids, this is such a good craft for them. You can scoop it out. Obviously, they don't have to use knives. They can use their hands and get dirty. They can use those little plasticky spoon things. What are those little spoons kids eat with? You know what I'm talking about? When they're like a toddler or something. That's what they eat with.
They just have the little plastic.
Yeah, and it helps get in all these little crevices, and their little hand can hold on to it so they don't like drop it all over the place. Whoops. Oh, am I allowed to? Oh, I'm allowed to dip. Whoops. So anyways, you can do any type of thing you have. Wow, my big gorilla hands are like breaking off these pine cone things. Whoops. I can't.
Try to be gentle.
I was much better at this when I was a kid. Okay, hello? Should I use my hands? I can take this and kind of smush it over. Yeah, it's official. I'm not so good at here you go. Here, I'm trying to get the string out the way, but I'm not good. You still need moms even when you're an adult, because look at me, I'm failing. And it's a bird craft.
There you go.
Thanks, Mom.
Welcome.
Thank God you were here to handle the knife.
The only thing that fell out was a seed pod.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
You're good.
I remember being a lot better at this as a toddler or a kid, whatever you are. What are you when you're like 5? Are you a toddler? No, that's like 3.
3T, 4T, 5T. I think toddler goes up to 4.
Or was I just a little kid with tiny little fingers that liked playing with peanut butter?
There you go.
So I'm thinking that's the situation here. Oddly though, I remember my pine cone looking pretty similar to this. And the goal here is just to make it good and sticky so that all that seed is going to get stuck in all these little crevasses. And then and then what's cool is that even if this like falls on the ground or, you know, it comes into contact with like a deer, I'm just getting it in there. And if it falls,
I'm hearing it break, crunch, crack.
If it comes into contact with any other like wildlife, like a deer or a special bird or a what else is out there? A fox. What else is out there that would eat seed? Lots of it, right? There's a lot of wildlife that would eat seed. My moral of my story is it's not going to hurt them, which is cool. Okay, so now we're good. Now she's going to dump out some seed, girl.
There you go.
And now we roll her. Right? Yep. Mash it, roll it, mash it, roll it.
Yep. You just want to really get it in.
And yeah, once you get to this point where it's all kind of coated, take it and lightly press it. And by lightly, I mean don't like Cujo style the freaking branches there, Paige, and break them off. I know, right? I'm breaking this whole damn situation. This started off as something so sweet, and I think I've ruined the memory and the project. Whoopsie daisies. Whoopsie daisies.
Well, the thing of it is that the more seed you can pack into it.
Right, that's what I'm trying. That's what Grandma said.
The better it is for the birds.
When I was a kid, she's like, the longer it lasts. So you might as well really pack all those combs because and that's when she taught me too that these little cones on a pine cone actually hold seed. Because that's literally what they do in nature is hold seed. And so it was just a cool learning thing because then I learned what their actual purpose was. Because when I was a kid, I just thought they were the irritating sticky things that when I touched them, I became stickier. Because little kids are already sticky as it is. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to set it on your plate.
I'm going to try like hell.
And then we're going to let it firm up.
All right. So this is the big fat nugget we have now. We're going to leave it set here. Oh, you can lift it. That's a good point. What do you think of my big old fat tree hanging nugget? And we're just going to take, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, I'm done. And we're going to leave it on this plate, let it firm up, and then it is done.
Yeah.
Can I just say, this is a really satisfying, it feels like phloem. Oh my God, I was just talking about phloem in one of my videos, you guys. This feels like phloem. Like that weird, remember when I was a kid? It's
I remember it.
Yeah, because you used to play with it too. Don't act like you did. Yeah, Mom loved it. Mom loved it too. To all the moms that watch my channel that were like, I bought that for my kid. My mom played with mine too. You're not alone.
Oh, silly putty.
Yeah, anything gooey my mom played with.
Yep. What's that stuff? That fart liquid.
Oh, Flarp.
Flarp.
All right, guys, so now both of those are in the fridge. They are setting up, and we will show you the final result and finish out this video here in just a second. Oh, but until then, there's baby Poops. That's right, Pooper. You get that toy. You kick its ass. You're a lean, mean, bread-looking like machine.
She's pretending it's Hazel.
Yeah, she is. You get that thing there, Poops. You're a big, mean dog. Yeah. Weighing in at double what her weight should be, looking like a loaf of bread. Big old chicken nugget, except now you're a chicken strip. You go, girl. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, yuck, your face is wet. I was trying to get a shot of the dog. Now I got a shot of me through the dog. Hi, hello. Welcome back to my channel. These are my puppy's legs. Oh, her so pretty. Oh, please don't lick me in the face, you nasty dog. Does this cat not look like he wants to murder us all in our sleep? Oh, thanks, Hazel. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, oh shit. Oh, the dog. Oh my God, the dog. Oh, oh, air. And that was her vagina to my face. Hazel, why? Ow. Paige, look up to your left. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, asshole. Ew, ew, ew. Oh. Ew. Oh, I don't like this game. There's a lot of dog drool on my... Help. I'm trying to get up. Oh, yuck. She licks me. Ah, ouch. Ah, it's my... That's my thoracic region. Used to be. Hazel, Hazel, ew, ew, she went willing me. Yuck. Ah, we got yuck, make it stop, make it stop. Oh my God. Try to get her, Hazel. Look at my ear. Okay guys, so I have Mom holding the camera. I look so dashing right now. I took off all my makeup and I'm not gonna lie, I started to fall asleep. So here is the deal. This has been finally hardened. It is ready to go. And this will harden, I would say, in the fridge in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on like how thick it is. In the freezer, because we did switch it to the freezer just to hurry up and get it over with, because we were waiting on it to film this outro. And it did firm up like really quickly, like within a half hour. Because again, these have a very low melting point, which means they have a very low threshold of being froze or, you know, solid again, a solid state. And when it literally just pops right out. You don't have to do anything to the container. All is well and good. And look at how perfect this is. This is so great. Such a good little cake. And again, you can take like a little thing if you want to put a hole in it before it goes in the freezer. If you wanted to like put a straw in there to like hold the place. So when it came out, you'd already have a hole. That's fine too. And just remembering too that this is going to go out into a cold climate, I'm assuming. So 32 degrees is freezing. So anywhere around there, this will stay nice and hard and firm. And the birdies will just be able to peck at it. And can I just also interject? This smells really good. It smells like peanut butter. I wonder why. So anyways, this one is all set and ready to go. We're going to leave it in here because it's, you know, nighttime and we're not going to put these out yet. But this is the first one and then I will grab the other. So these are the other ones right here. Obviously, these are all the same, but I just wanted to show them to you because they're all a little bit different sizes and thicknesses. So these are nice and frozen, but you just pop it out. Okay, hello, thank you. And look at how perfect. This is a big old beefy cake, yo. This would feed a bird little feeder for a hot minute. Look at how good and thick that is. And I love this. This is one of my favorite things about this craft because you can mold it to whatever you have, whatever is the easiest, if you want to hang it somewhere. And I just love that. Now this one's going to be different because I think we'll probably have to do like let it sit out or add hot water or something because
if you run the blow dryer over it or just sit it in hot water for a second.
It'll pop right out. But anyways, this one also nice and big and thick and beefy. And then the final guy, the one that started it all, is my little pine cone looking nugget. Look at how good that is. You guys, I'm so obsessed with this. This brought back so many memories and the birdies are going to love it. Yeah, I love you, Mom. I might have just dropped birdseed all over the floor.
You can't hurt this floor right now.
That's very true. It's already covered in birdseed. So anyways, you guys, this is the pine cone, hardly recognizable, packed full of seeds and all kinds of good fats for the birdies, which is exactly what we wanted. So that is it, you guys. I am so happy that we got to take the time to do this, that Mom would do it with me, and that hopefully this is something you guys would enjoy and love to do with like little kids in your world. Because again, when I was was a kid. This is something that meant so much to me. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if this is something you like, if it's something you are into. Wow, my eyes are like all kind of swollen. Let me know what you guys think down below though. If there's other ones you want me to do, if you like doing these type of little fun crafty projects, let me know. I will get this this info right here from my mom for the one we did on the stove, and I will leave that down below, the recipe link down below from Pinterest, so you guys have it if you want to do it. And yeah, just let me know what you guys like to see. If you are enjoying these, please don't forget to, again, give it a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I do put out new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today is typically like the only vloggy fun style that we have that's more family related. And then Thursday through Friday, we have a ton of fun like makeup and hair care and all that kind of stuff. So it is a good, fun, fresh lit time. Videos go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in good old Northern Michigan. So you guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.